All right, here we are back on GameSpot's stage live from the show floor at E3 2014. And the next demo is Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix. Joining me, Tai Yasue, from the co-director on the game. And Tai, you brought a little something with you.
Yes, that's right. I brought the Keyblade with me.
That is a massive
special.
safety hazard.
This is made...
Do you know how to handle it?
Yes, I do. Actually, I know all the moves.
All right.
This is very exciting for me. I'm taking a lot of pictures with this. So,
do you get to keep that? Like,
no, I think they'll send it back to me in Japan.
All right,
later after the E3. They made it especially for the E3.
Maybe not going to fit in the overhead compartment.
No, they probably arrest me. I mean.
All right, Tai.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix. You know, the Kingdom Hearts series. A huge fan base. A lot of people just really love the game. You guys had Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix, sort of taking the games, putting them together, you know, sort of remastering some of them. Lay out for us what exactly goes into this package.
Okay, well, we're Kingdom Hearts 2.5. We left off from 1.5, and we've included Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which is the origin story for Kingdom Hearts. And also we've included Kingdom Hearts 2. These are two of my favorite, actually, Kingdom Hearts titles. I really enjoy them very much. They're both final mixes, so they've never been played in the US or Europe yet. And also we've included Kingdom Hearts Recoded, which is a 3-hour massive theater full of cutscenes. So people can enjoy that to actually really enjoy, to learn about the Kingdom Hearts story, I think. So
it's the two full games plus the cutscenes from Recoded.
That's right.
And which one are we looking at here? Set us the stage for what we're seeing here.
This is Kingdom Hearts 2's Halloween Town. This is one of my favorite worlds. Sora goes to the world called Nightmare Before Christmas. It's
teaming up with Jack Skellington running around there.
Jack Skellington wants to celebrate Christmas, and so Sora is helping him out.
Like any skeleton does.
That's right. And this is Beast Castle. Heartless have sort of attacked this world, and now Sora has to fight the boss Heartless. It's called the Shadow Stalker. He actually jumps into the map. He becomes the lights, the pillars, and you have to really use the reaction command to get rid of him, actually.
And that's kind of interesting, using the, sort of polluting this environment that people really recognize from Beauty and the Beast, and then that chandelier turns sinister.
That's right. It becomes really sinister. I guess one of the points is in making Kingdom Hearts is we really don't want to change too much of the world, but we actually want to add a lot to it. So that was, I guess, difficult to plan. For the remix, we actually remade the textures, the UIs, everything, environments, and so it is more beautiful, I guess, than the previous Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah,
on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the final mix, because that, came out in Japan.
That's right,
a lot of work went into that. What sort of specifically did you guys tweak for those?
We added a lot of boss battles for the final mix. You could fight the Organization 13. There's missions with mushrooms. That's kind of fun. One of my favorite battles is with Lingering Will. He's an armored character. His weapon's Keyblade really changes and transforms into different shapes, so that's very exciting as well. And a lot of new abilities and all new styles that you can use and choose from. This is really well received in Japan, and we're really happy to have it here with you in the U.S. December 2nd, that's it, I guess.
Yeah, December 2nd, it's coming out.
It's coming out,
And then, of course, there's also, in the works, is Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's right. We're working on that right now as well, simultaneously. And that's pretty exciting. I can't tell you much about it. I'm bursting to tell you, actually, as a developer. A lot of technology, a lot of technology. The creative stuff is going in leaps and bounds, and I think... well, not this. I can't really tell. No announcements just yet.
But that one's targeting the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4.
That's right, PlayStation 4. So I think that's going to really evolve the Kingdom Hearts series.
All right. Well, so Kingdom Hearts 2.5 for Xbox 360, PS3?
Actually, it's a PS3.
Oh, just PS3 exclusive.
PS3 right now,
of course.
It's exclusive.
Pardon me. And so we're in the midst of one of these sort of big boss battles, but in Kingdom Hearts, you also get to spend time exploring these places. That's part of the magic.
Yeah, that is part of the
taking
magic.
These characters
actually,
to those places.
We really recreated Disney's feature film, but you could actually explore and interact with their characters. And Sora has his own original story as well, so you can both enjoy the Disney story and the Kingdom Hearts stories. One of the reasons we made Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 is this huge saga that actually ends in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's called the Dark Seeker saga. And so by playing 1.5 and 2.5, I think you get a deeper understanding of the story of Kingdom Hearts 3. It's really, there's a lot of threads, story threads.
It's amazing how you guys have created these, the Disney story threads
right,
with
yeah.
Final Fantasy and the Kingdom Hearts, like all like just all it all intertwines, and it's always been so incredible to me how you've like working with Disney, a company which is very protective and loving with its characters, with its world, with its art. How is it to work with them as a developer?
Well, actually, they have a lot of love and passion for Kingdom Hearts as well. So I guess we give them ideas, we give them art, and see how that goes. I think it's all about having a lot of respect for the original IPs and also for the Kingdom Hearts IP, right? So you don't really want to change what's good about the Disney feature films or animations, right? And we also have, well, for our ideas, we have come up with the gameplay designs and everything, and that has to work as well. So I guess there's a lot of constraints, but because of those constraints, I think they force us to really think.
Yeah, to get creative.
To make it work.
Well, we've got these guidelines.
Yeah.
How can we make it
special?
Yeah,
that's right. I guess that as a creator, that's very challenging, but I guess,
I believe it. I believe it. All right, so now we're having a little encounter here.
Okay, this is Ventus from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. He's playing in Cinderella's stage inside Cinderella's house, and he has to find dress materials for Cinderella before she goes to the ball. This is Lucifer the cat.
Oh my goodness, Lucifer and that smile and those like sinister eyes. I love that cat.
Yeah, Ventus has to fight this cat. He rides on his back and everything, and the map itself is very actually three-dimensional vertical, and he has to find a lot of pieces from a mouse point of view, so that's kind of interesting as well.
And that's, so that must be another consideration is what perspective do you take, when you sort of come into this world, are you are you meeting Cinderella and are you her size? Are you the mouse size?
Yeah.
Are you both?
You could actually, we have a lot of room to actually navigate with that. For example, Cinderella first thinks Ventus, the character, is a mouse. So he's sort of found in a mousetrap. And so he sort of becomes friends with Sir Jack the Mouse, and they sort of interact. But the other characters, there's two more player characters called Terra and Aqua. They come in normal sizes. And so you could actually interact with Cinderella as well, just with the same size. One of the fun points of Birth by Sleep is you have 3 characters that you can control, and their sort of destinies intertwine. And they sort of visit the same worlds, but they sort of play in a different story.
And they've all got kind of different skill sets.
That's right, different skill sets, yeah. This is Terra. He's a manly guy. He is very, he sort of uses like Meteor, and he uses a lot of rock style abilities, magic. This is the Ultimate Cannon, which is like a shot lock system. You get to lock on to several enemies at once and fire at once, sort of. There's a lot of experimentation with the battle for Birth by Sleep. And this is Aqua, our heroine. And this is Kairi, actually, one of our favorite Kingdom Hearts characters when she was little. So Birth by Sleep really took part at the beginning, before Kingdom Hearts 1. So you get a lot of history of the Kingdom Hearts series.
And speaking of that history, we have some questions coming in via Twitter. Just a reminder, folks, if you have any questions about the games you're seeing on our live stages today, just send them to me via Twitter to @CTWaters or use the hashtag GameSpotE3. I'll be sure to pass them along. And you can also put them in the GameSpot chat, and we'll take a look there. This one is coming in from Wayne Gibson, wondering, as someone who hasn't played the franchise before, how accessible is the story for him, for people like him, and is 2.5 a good starting place?
Well, actually, probably 1.5 would be the best starting place, but Kingdom Hearts each has a story for each Disney world, so that is pretty easy to understand. And I guess there is the original Kingdom Hearts story, which is a bit more difficult. And if you want to learn about that, I guess 1.5 would be a better starting point.
Would be the place to go.
Yeah, that's right.
But when you're playing 2.5, do you guys stitch the games together at all, or is it sort of like you fire up the game and choose which one you dive into?
We really wanted to give the player the freedom to choose which game to play first, right? So you have a launcher system, the title, and you can actually choose from 3 different games.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
And so we've seen 2 of them so far. The third one is actually not the full recoded game, but it's the cinematics.
That's right, the cinematics, and we totally recreated that in 3D. It was originally for the DS, right? So we couldn't use that. We had a 35-member cutscene team working for maybe half a year. We made a lot of 3 hours worth of cutscenes, so that's a lot.
Totally taking those from the DS to the PlayStation 3.
That's right, yeah. So
a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, a lot of models, a lot of environments. So we totally remade that. So I think if you like story, I guess you could really enjoy that.
And how is that structured, just in terms of how the player goes through and sees all that?
Okay, well, you know, Recoded really, I think, connects a lot of the Kingdom Hearts. It's sort of, I guess, the best way maybe to play would be starting out Birth by Sleep because it's the origin story, and then you go to Kingdom Hearts 2 when Sora, you actually play with Sora. And I guess Recoded, in Recoded you play in a virtual computer world, and you have to find a hidden message. And this hidden message explains about the heroes in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Okay.
And so that sort of connects everything, I think, in a way. The story connects the Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, and also Kingdom Hearts 3.
Very cool. So we've sort of asked about a newcomer coming into this, but for fans who have played these games before and experienced this world, what do you think would entice them back to play again?
Well, you know, for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix and Birth by Sleep, I think by recreating this on the PS3 console, it has really realized its full potential. The colors are more vivid, the characters are more sharp, the expressions are more animated and everything, and so I think you get a real deeper experience. Not just the graphics, I guess the sound as well. For Kingdom Hearts 2, we recreated over 90 of our songs. We had an orchestra with live instruments, 40-member steering orchestra, and we recorded that. So a lot of effort is put into the details, right? So I guess you have to feel the whole thing, I guess, the whole package.
Well, speaking of sort of all the love and care that's gone into these cutscenes, Emily Noel on Twitter wants to know, personally for you, going through these games and revisiting them, is there something that sort of stands out as one of your favorite moments, one of your favorite things to see in the final remix and in the HD remix version?
Well, you know, I'm actually at work right now. I'm fighting the boss battles for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, and they're very difficult, I guess. And so, I'm fighting Roxas, actually. Sora and Roxas's battle is really amazing, I think. In Japan, it was very well reviewed. It's something that we really like to give to users, players in North America and Europe.
And that's exciting, I think, for a lot of, American, European Kingdom Hearts fans, because so often there are these beloved Japanese games that, don't actually find a release outside of Japan, and so maybe you try to import, or maybe you just clamor on Kingdom Hearts forums for you guys to just finally bring this to other markets. So have people been pretty excited about it?
Yeah, I guess everyone has. Everyone's been really passionate at the E3, actually. I get all my energy here. Working in development, it's very tiring, but once I come here, I receive all this passion for Kingdom Hearts, and that really energizes the dev team and me.
All right, one last question that I'm sure you probably can't answer, but I got to say it anyways. Eric Song wondering if there's any chance of Frozen making it into Kingdom Hearts 3.
Frozen, personally, I can't make any announcements, but personally, I love Frozen. The magic, the ice, expressions of ice, the snowflakes, they're really beautiful. I think they would make a good fit, but there's no announcements yet, so you have to stay tuned, I guess. But personally, I love Frozen, I think.
It's amazingly popular.
Yeah, it's amazingly popular, yeah.
All right, Ty, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix. Tell us again when it's coming out.
It's coming out December 2nd in North America and December 5th in Europe.
In Europe, and for the PlayStation 3 exclusively.
That's right, PlayStation 3 now.
All right, thank you so much for coming on stage and talking about Kingdom Hearts. Do you want us to leave this here with me? I could just maybe hang on to it for a little bit?
For a little bit.
All right.
Okay.
Folks, we are going to be right back on stage shortly with a demo for Alien Isolation. But first, we're going to check in with Lisa Foyles and see how her E3 is going.